Hello people, welcome to episode 9 of Howie's Musings. I hope this meets you in high spirits. I bring you warm greetings wherever you're watching me from. If this is your first time, please find and follow me on my social media handles and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You might also want to check out episode 1 to 8 for a trailer. As always, I say a big thank you to those of you returning. So today I'll be sharing my thoughts on something that has been trending for a while, the issue of money rituals. As an enthusiast of science, logic, and reasoning, I will be discussing a look beyond the inefficacy of money rituals. Money rituals can be described as practices by some people who believe they can create wealth for individuals by use of spells, charms, or sacrificing human parts. Money rituals can be traced to various parts of Africa where animals were used for sacrifice in anticipation for wealth. This practice eventually graduated into demanding for human organs, which is commonly known as blood money. The belief in the efficacy of ritual killings has been on the rise, especially as the gap between the rich and the poor widens in our society. The desperation to narrow the gap drives people to engage in all sorts of activities they hope will take them out of poverty in the society. This is the same reason Nigerians easily fall prey to scammers on and offline through various Ponzi schemes that promise huge returns on investment. Every curious mind is bound to ask or wonder at least once in their lifetime how exactly ritual sacrifice can make you rich. Some Yoruba people believe in a phenomenon called aworo, a kind of ritual performed supposedly to make traders sell their stocks fast to the customers. This is believed to draw large patronage to a trader in the marketplace. In the past, we have had stories about women who clean their private parts and use the water to cook so they can attract more customers. According to the Yoruba culture also, Aje, which is an epithet of the god of wealth and luck, is also believed to answer those who can invoke its name. Some Yorubas, however, do not believe that Orisha Aje accepts human body parts in return for wealth. According to some traditional African spiritualities, there is a strong relationship between our earthly life and the spirit world. Our physical world is believed to be responsible for happiness, protection, wealth, and health. To connect the two, therefore, some of these traditionalists believe that human organs can be harvested and used to concoct the sacrifice that will be sent to the spiritual realm. It is there in the spiritual world that the soul of the victim would engage in a laborious exercise of harvesting wealth, which will then be converted to raw currency for the ritualist to use here in the physical world. Please take all the time in the world you need to think about what you just heard. Now let's assume this is the case. Shouldn't those people who have concluded the rituals continue to have money in their accounts even after they have been apprehended? Does the victim's soul stop hustling when their assailant is arrested? Why is it that we have never seen any rich person without any known source of income arrested for ritual killing? These are the kinds of questions we should be asking. There have been lots of back and forth online between thinkers and upholders of superstitious beliefs about the efficacy of money rituals. As ridiculous as this sounds, you find that even university lecturers who are supposed to teach our children analytical skills for 21st century challenges also believe that human organs can bring money. And one is left to wonder, how can you give what you don't have? Why is it that such superstitions are deeply rooted only in Africa, such that you find a professor trying to defend his belief in blood money? Egocentrism, if you ask me, seems to share some blame. Many of us find it hard to unlearn the myths we have inherited, either because we are not equipped with cognitive skills or we just are more comfortable with primitive beliefs than asking critical questions. Moving on, even though some murder cases are not ritually inclined, we can't really establish that without having the culprit apprehended. Unlike in developed nations where forensic analysis unveils many unknown facts about such cases. Sadly, for lack of forensic sophistication here, we conclude every victim of violent death is killed by ritualists for wealth. See the case of the little boy who was killed in Zamfara and body parts eaten. Who would have known that cannibalism takes place in northern Nigeria? I'm sure all similar bodies like his that must have been found were attributed to ritual killings, because we do not understand that there could be other reasons people are killed gruesomely other than the ones we already know. Somehow we have managed to create a perfect cover for possible psychopaths, serial killers, and the trade in human organs, which, by the way, seems to be another reason the business of money rituals is becoming rampant. Yes, the sale of body parts, for whatever reason, could actually raise money for the seller, but not from the rituals performed for the spirits of the victims to harvest wealth from the spiritual realm. Therefore, we have unknowingly created a hype for a market of human organs, as the increased demand gives people the false convictions that body parts can actually fetch you money. Money that has been printed like every other currency in the world. Worthy of note is that no one who has ever been apprehended in connection with money ritual ever confessed to their victims actually vomiting cash, as we see in Nollywood movies. How much more demonstrating to security operatives how the money appears. Somehow, these people either already had a source of income to which their monies could be attributed, or are still as broke as they were before they embarked on the ritual journey. This is a passionate appeal to criminal psychologists, our security agencies, especially the Nigerian police, and even my colleagues, journalists. You cannot logically conclude a criminal investigation on a supposed ritual killing if you hold superstitious beliefs highly. We need to take science beyond just a subject or a course we study in school and embrace it wholly as a means to find solutions to our contemporary challenges. This would involve making scientific ideas accessible to the average Nigerian. Now, this may seem like rocket science, but if we are serious about dealing with the downside of superstition, under which ritual killings fall, this approach becomes imperative. We must strive to make science, its methodologies and application more appealing to young people through books, journals, articles, magazines, and labs that would arouse the thirst for new knowledge. This way, we can begin to make sense of some of the things our ancestors did not understand that had them resolving every issue spiritually, and join the world in harnessing science and technology to better our lives and that of generations to come. Before I sign out, I'd like to say congratulations to Madam Chiamaka Peter as nominated by Lois Mike. She's our selected widow for the month of February, and she just got herself 50,000 naira from our sponsor to help boost her business. We hope this puts a smile on her face and her kids. Until I come your way again next month, it's bye for now.